massive spreadsheet. This is quite reliable data. It's from the World Health Organization, and European Centre for Disease Studies, and it is an immense data sheet. I'm scrolling down here, and if you think there's Australia, and then you start to think, well, what actually is this spreadsheet giving me? Because part of the big problem that we might have as mathematicians is we've got data, it's there, we want to analyse it, but we're not too sure what it actually means. So let's just try and unpack it by the top line. Date rep, presume that's the date reported. This is 4/6/2020, and then if you look back, it goes 3/31/2020. Okay, so this must be June. This is the April, yeah, 6th of the 4th, 5th of the 4th. Okay, so this looks like this is day 6 for the month of April. Okay, so the latest figures on this spreadsheet here is the 6th of April. So it doesn't have the exact up-to-date figures, but that's great because we can do our analysis up to the 6th of April. We can make predictions based on an analysis for all the data up to 6th of April, and that's great. Then we can actually check to see how reliable our models are and our predictions are based on the new data that's going to come out, obviously, after the 6th of April. So yeah, that seems sensible. This is cases, so this is probably the number of reported cases, and this is the number of deaths. Okay, now so if you look at this, you're thinking, well, is it the total number of deaths, or is it the number of deaths reported in that particular day? Is it the total cases or the number of cases reported? Now, if you think about it, look, these are all different numbers, aren't they? So these have to be the daily cases reported. This is the number of cases each day. I'm looking at Afghanistan. Okay, now Afghanistan, if we scroll down, Afghanistan, it seems to have quite a lot of days recorded, all the way from basically the 31st of the 12th. But it's interesting that we've got all that data because nothing happens, luckily, until maybe the 8th of March. Oh, there's one case here recorded on 25th of February. Okay, so we've got to think about, well, what do we do with this data and how do we play with it? So let me show you something that I'm going to go to a country that I know is well established, and it's a long way down the path of reporting COVID cases and sadly the deaths as well. And so I'm going to go and have a look at Spain. Then I'm going to grab the data for Spain and try and just play with the data, analyse it, look at some tables, some charts, some graphs, and you're then going to just do the same thing with Spain as well. So you're going to try and repeat what I'm going to do here for the next few videos, and then you're going to demonstrate your skills and knowledge of all these particular spreadsheet skills by choosing a different country, a country that's really pertinent and quite close to you. I've got family and friends in England and Scotland, so that might be one for me to analyse a little bit later. Okay, so the first thing we do is insert a filter. This helps the organisation. So you just highlight the top row like this. You click on the little filter button. It's here, create a filter. If it's not here on the toolbar, your toolbar might be kind of shortened, then just have a look on the data, and then you can see create a filter there. So data, create a filter, or you see the shortcut on the toolbar. So I'll go data, create a filter. Okay, now you see that's highlighted, everything's kind of been highlighted. Now we're lucky because there's no gaps in our data. It's actually listed all the way down to the final country, which is a long way down. Okay, and rather than me scrolling all the way down to find out what it is, I'll just click off here. You can see these green lines have appeared and these little fills have appeared here. I'm going to click on country, and now you get to do a lot of searching because here's all the countries all the way down to Zimbabwe. Okay, now I want Spain, so I think the easiest way is to clear and then type in Spain and select it. Okay, so hopefully when I click OK, I'll only see data for Spain here. Okay, and so is the case. So I've got data only for Spain. Now I'm actually going to play with the data for Spain, but I don't want to delete all the data for the other countries. So I'm going to click on the first cell here. I'm just going to scroll down. There's quite a bit of data, but not too much data. I'm going to do now hold down Shift and click, and that's selected the entire data set. Okay, and then I'm going to do edit copy. You can do Control C as well, but I'll edit copy. And I'm going to open a new tab on the bottom. This little plus here. There's a new tab, and then I'm going to do edit paste. So Control V, Control C. Now can you see this is just all Spain? Okay, so already we've reduced that massive spreadsheet of maybe 200 countries into just this one country. Okay, But we're still going to play with the data for this one country, okay? I know it's Spain, I know the country is ES, I know it's ESP. I'm not particularly bothered about that. You can keep it there. I'm just going to delete this. The deaths per day on each day are here, that's pretty important. The cases per day is here, that's pretty important. I'm going to keep it here. The year is 2020, that's okay, but I'm actually going to get rid of the year and the month, and I think I'm going to get rid of the day as well. So if I get rid of all of that, I like the date, the number of cases, the number of deaths, and you know what, I think I'll just keep this. This looks like it's the total population of the country. But there's obviously a time lag, you know, this is 2020 data for the number of cases of COVID. And this is the actual population 2 years previously, you know, so maybe I'll just keep that there just on the side. Look, this number doesn't change, does it? So maybe I don't need all of it, maybe I can just keep this one. So maybe I'll just Control C, and I'll Control V it there. I'll Command C, sorry, not Control, Command V. And then I can just highlight click on the J and delete the whole column. Alright, so let me just highlight on B and then just drag across to C, D. I'm holding down the mouse pad and just dragging across. I've highlighted 3 columns, and then I can just go Edit, and I can delete columns just to bring them closer together. Okay, you don't have to do that, but I think it's pretty significant. Okay, so date reported. And this is the latest date up here, and that's kind of useful, isn't it? Because, you know, the oldest bit of data is way down here.